Alright everyone, I'm going to do another one of the look at videos. It's a deeper look at Chris Rigg, who's the Sunderland midfielder. So let's have a look. Attacking midfielder, 17, he was born on 18th of June 2007, so he's going to be 18 this summer. So have a look. Let's have a look at his stats. Christopher John Rigg, so he's midfielder for Sunderland, and he joined them from primary school. Let's see if there's thing. There was a thing in the Echo about him, the Northern Echo, which is a local paper to the region, and this is from January 23. So he would have been 15. At 15 years and 203 days. So let's have a look at where is he from. He's from Hebburn. Oh my god, I know Hebburn very well. I lived there for 3 years. He would have been 3 when I left. I don't know him, but I know the town very well. And his family's grown up supporting Newcastle. So let's go back to his fact file here. So his senior career and his youth career has all been at Sunderland. So from 2017 to 23 was his youth career, and then 23 to now his senior career. 5'10", 1m77. So let's look at one of the hot prospects in English football, hailing from South Tyneside. So could the Sand Dancer be a prospect for Liverpool? He's from there. He wouldn't have been born in Hebburn. There's no hospital. He would have been born in South Shields. So he's somebody from there. Whereas in Newcastle they're called Geordies, Sunderland Mackhams, Liverpoolian Scousers. If you're from that part of the Tyne where you're known as a Sand Dancer. That's where the Sand Dancer comes from. Right. International career. He's obviously all England. 22, England under 15s, 4 games, 2 goals. 22 to 23, under 16s, 9 game, 1 goal. 22 to 24, under 17s, 14 games, 2 goals. 23 to now, under 18s, 7 games. 25 to now, that's the under 19s, he's got 3 games and a goal. Let's have a look at his career stats. 22-23, he played 3 times in the FA Cup. That's it. 23-24, so last season, 21 games in the league, which is the championship. 2 goals, 1 goal and 1 appearance in the EFL Cup, so that's the Carabao Cup, so he played 22 times, 3 goals. This season he's played 38 times, he's got 4 goals, so he's played all but 4 league games because they've played 42 already. FA Cup 1 game, Carabao Cup 1 game, so he's played 40 times and got 4 goals. So let's have a look at this, who he is. In 2022 he was the captain of the England under 16 side. the Northern Echo, let's see what they tell us about him. He's a left-footed player. He tends to play in a central midfield position. It's at this stage of his development, they say he looks like a classic number 8, and he can get onto the ball to create things in the final third, but he can be robust enough to fulfill defensive midfield duties. Tony Mowbray, who was the manager at the time, said he's got a wonderful left foot, incredibly competitive animal. It was really interesting for me to watch him. I have to say, the potential looks enormous. He looks like someone who's going to play with that silkiness, with the passing on his left foot, and he looks to have that tiger in him as well. He wants to tackle everyone. It's not a bad mix for a midfielder. So, let's have a look at him. Let's close that tab down. So he's a playmaker. He's a defensive playmaker. As we can see, it's very similar to Grav and Maka at the moment. Technical skill and composure. I'm reading here, praise for versatility. Well, he can obviously be a bit further forward in the midfield. He can also be a bit deeper. Tenacious tackling style. That pretty much sums up what Tony Mowbray said. He wants to tackle everybody, and he's got a bit of a tiger in him. I've seen him play for Sunderland, and he looked really good. He looked intelligent. He looked like he could find space to get the ball. He was comfortable receiving the ball. He didn't seem scared at the ball being coming to him, and he looks like, it's a bit early to say, but he looks like a sort of midfielder that would want to control the pace of the game, dictate the game. He looks like he can finish. His finishing looked good, but I think 2 or 3 games isn't enough to really judge him. He's got good ball control. He can dribble. So the deep lying playmaker is a role that he could possibly do. With the passing that he's got, he could probably sit a little further forward. As they said there, early on he looked like a typical number 8, but he could also obviously do the 6 role, hence the fact he wants to tackle everybody, and he's got a bit of a tiger in him. You don't normally say that of a player like, say, Shirky, do you? He could cover on the right wing as well if need be. He's not scared at going in for a challenge either, and he's not scared of the physical side of the game. When I saw him play, he looked like he was reading the game well. He seemed to be able to anticipate the game. His positioning seemed to be really good. Football Mobile or Foot Mob, or whatever you want to call it, said his leadership qualities were similar to those of Jordan Henderson. And he was an alright captain after all, wasn't he? So let's have a look at some of the other stuff we have on him. He told The Athletic, apparently, and this is in goal.com, I could say I'm just a traditional midfielder. I love to attack, I love to defend, I can do both, I can add to it. And as you can see, I love the tackle as well, kind of a box-to-box midfielder. and when he signed his contract in the summer, so when was this? I'll go. In November 26, could have been summer 23. I think just where I've grown up, I've been told if you're not humble, you're not going to be successful. That's the main thing. I like to think I am humble, but I've still got a long way to go. And his manager, Reggie Lebris, that's the French manager that's not long since been at Sunderland, told Sky Sports, I don't know how he has that maturity. Some players don't have that at 30. It says here that he made his breakthrough as a right winger before moving to the central role, and he's been starring alongside the brother of Jude Bellingham, that's Joe Bellingham. Do we have any more information on him? Let's have a look and see. His heat map was all down the centre to the right side of the pitch for 23-24. And when I say all down the right side of the pitch, bar inside the boxes, in the centre to the right half, he was there. So let's have a look. 2.02 tackles in 803 minutes. So I'm assuming that's the average per game. 82nd percentile, 0.22 shots blocked, 89th percentile. So 82%, 89%, 0.77 tackles in the defensive third, that'll be 86%, I'm assuming. 1.1 tackles in the mid three, 97 per 9. Let's have a player thriving. It's really hard to go through videos and images describing him when you can't see the same thing as I'm seeing. Let's have a look at him as well. What type of player is Chris Rigg? It just says central midfielder there. But he is literally an all-out energy box-to-box midfielder. It's only recently I'd heard of the links with us to him. I've been aware of the player for a while. I've seen a bit of Sunderland in the past couple of years. He's on about where he comes from and how he needs to be humble. I know what he means. It's not a posh area, heaven. What was it? The exact phrase he said. I'm just trying to find what his exact phrase was again. Oh, sorry, that's my keyboard again. If I'm holding down the shift key for too long, I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, it's just what he says here. I think just where I've grown up, I've told if you're not humble, you're not going to be successful. So basically, he's got his feet on the ground, and where he's grown up, you won't do well if you're big-headed. It's hard to describe without if you don't know the town really. But if you work hard and you get on with things without a fuss and just do your job, you will get more respect. You're not spoon-fed, so to speak, and that's the type of environment he's been brought up with, and it's stood in good stead as he's played. Would I have him at Anfield? Yes, in a heartbeat. I'd have both him or Joe Bellingham. They're both fantastic midfield players. Really are both fantastic midfield players. Whether Job will be as good as his brother's another matter. But Chris Rigg's got the world at his feet if he wants it. It's just up to him to want it, really. But there you go. Thank you very much. And there's a deeper look at Chris Rigg, the South Tyneside wonder kid plying his trade for Sunderland. Alright, everyone. Thank you very much.